think that's what shows up in case. They should be good. I'm assuming. He was coming to me. There's already another one. I think it's going. I'm going to go right now. I know.
So I didn't have your money. That's fine. It's not Justin. No, Justin. Up here. Hey, Judge. Who needed that? I bring that forward. What?
We tell them
Leave your candy alone.
It's just like a motion card. Whatever you want and then it says discussion on yes, well, we have this line up there, so and I was like, okay, I'll go with that. We meet at this time. I don't know if it's class schedule. So I will see if I can find it.
Oh, no, it's better.
That was a good save. I need a promotion.
I call this meeting to order at 5:02 p.m. Will everyone make sure you have your voting device, and if you don't, let us know. And then if you'll go ahead and push the little airplane send button, turn it on, and we're going to go through and do a roll call. Okay, so you can go ahead and send in your. So maybe it's not going to work tonight either. It's fine. Okay. So we will go. If there are no objections, we'll approve the minutes as distributed from last week's meeting. Great. Is there anyone here for open forum? We have no presenters. So I will go into my report. All right, so just an update. The Board of Trustees met on October the 18th. The Board of Trustees met on October the 18th, and I just wanted to clarify something that was voted on during the board meeting. So there was a motion brought to the board about a bond feasibility study with a bond totaling $57 million. The board voted to approve the feasibility study. They did not vote to approve a $57 million bond for the university. So if anyone asks you questions about that, the board approved the feasibility study so that the Department of Higher Education can continue doing their work to make sure that the university can take this on in their debt capacity, as well as if it's overall, is it feasible for the university to accrue this kind of debt over an extended period of time. What that $57 million bond will encompass will be the construction of an integrated health sciences building, which will occupy the space where the BCM and CCM buildings off of Bruce Street currently sit. It will also include the IT refresh right now. That is subject to change when it officially goes to the board for approval of the bond. And then we'll also include renovations to Carmichael Hall, State Hall, and renovations to the Brick in Bernard. So that's what is all encompassing in that $57 million bond figure right now. But the board did not approve the bond. They approved a study to look at feasibility. Just if there are any questions about that, please let me know. The next thing, party at the polls. So as you're all aware, Senator Kilgore and Bear Advocacy Group have been working really, really hard this semester to get our campus more civically engaged, making sure students are not only registered to vote, but are aware that we have a polling site under Donaghy Hall that will be active next Tuesday, November the 6th on Election Day. That is available for anyone in the county. You just have to be registered in Faulkner County to utilize it. There will be shuttle stops running from the Student Center right out front of the Student Center to Donaghy Hall to the voting site. But more on the fun side, there will be a party at the polls that day. So we will have, there'll be food, games, music, things set up at the Donaghy Greens space. So if you're by Donaghy Hall, there is this really nice green area that has a sidewalk concrete circle kind of thing. That's the Donaghy Greens. So that's where they're doing a party at the polls. So Bear Den and Vote Everywhere are tag teaming that location. And then Bear Advocacy Group and Ideal are going to be working the shuttle stop here at the Student Center. They're going to give out pizza, all kinds of really fun and exciting things going on. Just really hyping up the fact that it is election day. We want people utilizing our polling site. So definitely, if you're registered in Faulkner County and you want to vote, we have a polling site on campus that you'll be able to use on election day. So I encourage you to do that at your leisure. I'm also going to be sending around sign-up sheets. So we do need volunteers to help work both locations. So there's a sign-up sheet for the Donaghy Hall spot and for the Student Center location. They are going to be operating from 8:30 to 4:30, and they're broken down into 1-hour shifts. So Dylan's going to pass these around. And if you are available for any of those times and can sign up, we only need about 2 to 3 students for each spot. So if a spot's full, don't worry about putting your name in there if all of the slots are filled. And I'll be in contact with more information for those of you that sign up so that you know kind of what's expected of you next Tuesday. The next thing, Safe at UCA. So you all remember Chief Murgy and Captain Bentley came to Senate a few weeks ago and talked about the new safety app that launched. That app is now fully integrated into iOS and Android and is available, so you can download it in the App Store. It is Safe at UCA. It has the mobile blue light station, pretty much everything that Captain Bentley covered. But they've started pushing that out on social media through UCA PD, so make sure you're sharing that with your constituencies that they can now download and utilize the new UCA safety app. And if you don't have it, download it. It's pretty cool. So my Senate shout out for this week. So I would like the members of the Diversity Committee to stand, please. Great. Okay. So for our 5 senators on the diversity committee, I just really want to give them a round of applause for conducting interviews. They interviewed how many applicants? 16 applicants for 5 non-senator positions. So that's a record number of applicants for our non-senator spots. And we're actually very fortunate to have 4 of our newly appointed non-senators here that Senator Ramirez will introduce them during his report. So I just really want to say thank you on behalf of SGA for the work that you put in going through those 5 hours of interviews and making some really good appointments. So thank you for that. Okay, with that, what questions do you have? Vice President McGeary.
Okay, so I want to thank our ideal pages for being here today. So this is Nick and Dylan. And then we're having a holiday banquet for SGA. It's Monday, December 3rd at 6 p.m. at President Davis's house. The dress code is business professional, and you can bring 1+1. We'll be having a Senate meeting at 5 p.m. before the banquet, still at 5 p.m., and then walking over or driving to his house. I'm passing on a sign-up sheet now, so you can write down your name, if you're bringing a +1, and then you've got any questions you have. And then,
What questions do you have for Vice President McGeary? Vice President Morley.
All right. So last week we ended off with Kelly Erskine, which is our chief of staff at UCA. And so now we have this guy. Y'all know who he is? Chairman. Look at that. Yes. He is the director of governmental affairs and external relations at UCA. Next we have anyone? No? Okay. So that's Warren Reedenauer. He's our general counsel. And Mindy Fishman, yeah. Our associate general counsel.
Oh wait, bonus points if you know what her other title is other than associate general
Title
counsel.
IX.
Yeah.
There you go.
So next up, we got our SGA composites, and so we will be retaking our composites that we did in September. So those will be on next Monday, November the 5th at 4 o'clock on the steps of Old Main. Your individuals are optional, but we want to retake a whole Senate picture again because we have new non-senators, and then we've also had different elections and everything, so we want to redo the group pictures and everything before we hang up our pictures. So next Monday at 4 o'clock p.m., Old Main Steps. If you want to redo your individuals, you're more than welcome to, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So Senator fun fact, this senator had a 36-hour Tuesday. Senator Moore.
Senator Mary.
Wrong. Senator Ryder. Yes.
Senator Darion.
Wrong. Senator Tivy.
Senator Kale.
Incorrect. Senator Trubel.
Senator Wilson.
No. Senator Weston.
Can you repeat the question? I was right.
Yeah. This senator had a 36-hour Tuesday. So a pretty long day. Senator Moore. Okay.
Senator Kilgore.
Wrong. Incorrect. Senator Kale. Yes. So come get your Get Out of Mary free card. It's okay to clap. All right. And so for your senator of the week, this senator was nominated because of their hard work at the election polls that we had at UCA. And they did fantastic during staffing hearings and were willing to step up and help out when necessary. So, Senator DeLuca, come get your cup and your certificate. And that's all I have. No problem. Thank you.
What questions do you have for Vice President Martley? Vice President Burton.
Happy Monday. I hope school is going well in addition to this, and you're not too stressed out. If you haven't noticed, the big table's gone, unfortunately, but kind of fortunately, because tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. we'll be getting our new furniture. for our office. So new office chairs for the computers, and then the backless lounge curve for the students to be able to sit on and socialize in our office. Basically, the goal and the aim was to make it more kind of a homier space for students to come and sit in front. So that's going to happen tomorrow morning. In addition, this week we have SAPA payment trainings on Tuesday and Thursday during X period. So if you know any people that need to be there, so RSO leadership that receive SAPA funds, remind them if you see them. In addition, there's another sign-up sheet. Didn't mean to do 3 sign-up sheets in one day. But the Red Flag campaign, again, is happening the week of November 13th. And for the November 15th event at X period, the Red Flag signing, I'd love for if some of y'all could come and support the effort to bring awareness to unhealthy relationships and the signs of those relationships. So if you're interested in partaking in any way, giving up your X period, if you'll just throw your name down so I can get you more information, I'd be greatly appreciative. In addition, I've got kind of a good announcement from Mr. Gillen, actually, who we just talked about. He invited all of you, if you'd like, and I'd love to see a handful of you there, to a meeting with Senator Bozeman and a special guest. He's bringing the project director of the Veterans History Project of the Library of Congress to the Board of Trustees room in Wingo from 1:45 to 2:30-ish on Thursday. So they're going to talk about that project and what they're doing with the Library of Congress and Veterans History at UCA. I'm assuming they're going to be talking about our veteran memorial trees and other things perhaps happening, but I'm not sure. I wasn't brief. So if y'all would want to go to that, go to that. Yeah, that's all I have.
What questions do you have for Vice President Burton? Senator Little.
Could you repeat the dates for the SAPA payment trains?
Yes. So it's this Tuesday, and this Thursday at X period. And they'll be in the Student Center in different rooms. Yeah.
What other questions do you have? Senator Sander.
Okay, so you said the 15th, right?
Yes.
So the sign-up sheet says the 13th, anything that?
Yeah, I wrote the Thursday. It's for November 15th at X period. Actually, Senator Sanders' committee has graciously given up their time to staff the table on the 13th. So we are not in need of people and bodies there. So if you'd like to participate in the Thursday, please put your name down.
What other questions do you have? We'll go into standing committee reports. Academic Affairs, Senator Audney.
All right, so this past week we met, we discussed a few things. We finished up our college dean meetings. If you want more information on that, you can come talk to me. The main thing we talked about though is the food drive. So Academic Affairs is now solely in charge of the food drive. The dates for that will be November 12th through the 16th. We're going to send out a mass email by November 9th about it, with more details. So we're really excited to be working with that. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me.
What questions do you have for Senator Audney? Internal Affairs, Senator Lockings.
So today we're going to be presenting a motion for the previous notice presented last week. I will also be presenting another previous notice for today and our constitutional piece for today. Let's look at it. So we were reminded last week that we only have a few more meetings left, and at the beginning of the semester I thought it was important that we looked at our purpose. So now that we're halfway through sort of our academic year and gearing up for next semester, I think it's important that we remind ourselves of our mission, you know, end of this semester, but we're already gearing up for next semester, so good job, guys.
What questions do you have for Senator Lockings? Housing and Food Service, Senator Kale.
Okay, unfortunately, Jim Nagers, the director of Airmark, could not make our makeup meeting that we scheduled with him, but to prevent the stallment of my committee, I have emailed him a list of the things that we want to do this year in the semester, and I CC'd President Eddinger, Sarah, and the rest of my committee in that email. That was sent on Friday, and we're waiting to hear back.
What questions do you have for Senator Kale? Diversity, Senator Ramirez.
Good afternoon, everybody. So today's diversity quote comes from Peter Drucker, which states, "The most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said." So that's today's quote. So I would like to say one last shout out to my committee for interviewing everybody especially like since we had such a big pool. And I would like to congratulate the 4 non-senators of the Diversity Committee. Trey White. So everyone, this is Trey White. He's one of them. Second is Grace Adeyemi. The third is Jordan Carroll. And then the fourth one is Deb Uchi. And our fifth one couldn't be here, but it's Rachel Carmichael. So congratulations and thank you. So I sent out a doodle out, and I'm just waiting for all members to pick a date so that we can really have our first meeting. It's going to be really fun, but also we're going to start planning for next semester, which is really going to be really exciting. Thank you.
What questions do you have for Senator Ramirez? Student Fee Advisory Committee, Senator Teeter.
All right. So I know y'all are all very excited to hear about the SBAC hearings, dying in anticipation. But we do have our first hearing coming up tomorrow during X period here, access security fee with Captain Bentley. Thursday will be the technology fee with Mr. Michael Lloyd. And also X period here. You're more than welcome to attend if you want to. So that's all I got for you.
What questions do you have for Senator Teeter? We'll go into ad hoc committee reports. Fair Advocacy Group, Senator Kilgore.
Yes, so our focus group on Saturday with Douglas Addison from the World Bank went really well. We had a really good turnout, and we talked about a lot of great ideas about democracy, so that's always fun on a Saturday. We also have a new member, Senator Graham. Yes, hello. Welcome to Fair Advocacy Group. We're very excited to have you. We have completed drafts of Why Voting is Important campaign, so we are just going to vote on those drafts through GroupMe this week, and then hopefully get those to Vice President Marbley and the PR committee so we can roll that out this week. Also, BAG is going to provide volunteers for the Party at the Polls, as President Edinger Lucero was announcing. We're very excited about that. During that day, we're also going to have a table either in the Student Center or beside the voter vans, weather permitting, just to let people know what they are, why they're there, why they should go vote, reminding them, stuff like this. Also, Mr. Gillum was talking to me, and he wants our committee to help coordinate volunteers to check on the poll workers periodically throughout the day, because they have like a 14-hour day and they can't really leave because people are going to be voting all day. So just want to making sure they have drinks, snacks, and they're taken care of. And then just my quick little announcement: if you're going to vote absentee in your hometown, you need to fill out your application and send it in by tomorrow, because that's the last day. So that's all I have.
What questions do you have for Senator Kilgore? Community engagement, Senator Sander.
Okay, so I don't have much, but Red Flag campaign, November 13th and through the 16th. And I wanted to like further advertise the safety app, and because I don't feel like people know about it, and it's a really good thing, to really help our campus feel safe. So I am talking to Chief Murphy and Captain Bentley about us making we're going to be making a flyer and sending it out everywhere that we can.
What questions do you have for Senator Sander? Senator Weston.
Do you think, I forgot your name, but do you think we could like have flyers for the advisors so that they can bring it to new students?
Flyers for the safety app?
Yeah, sorry.
Like, I think it's just going to be one general flyer. No, they're probably going to be social media flyers, like you can post on your story, you can still like follow us. But yeah.
What other questions do you have for Senator Sander? Vice President Burton?
Senator Weston, we can do that. We'll, if we create a flyer for the safety app, we'll absolutely give them to the advisors over in Heron Hall. Because you're right, these students need to know about it, and they need to know about it soon. So yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, I think this is a good idea.
What other questions do you have? Student Resources, Senator DePersia.
Hello. We met today at 3 o'clock and lots of exciting stuff. We found out that we can get 7,000 pads and 7,000 tampons in 10 dispensary boxes for a great price of $3,500. So that's exciting. And then also update on the hammock farms. Housing was contacted and they were like, yeah, maybe we could help fund this. And that's pretty much all we've got this week.
What questions do you have for Senator DePersia? Sustainability, Senator Street.
She's not here, so I'll give her report. Last Monday after meeting, we met with Ms. Michelle Ellington to go over the UCA sustainability. And we discussed new projects, and one of which she wants to bring awareness about the rainwater runoff problem on campus. We talked about maybe making a digital flyer or QR code, and then sharing that. And then next Monday after meeting, we'll meet with Mr. Adam Hensley, who's over recycling and waste cleanup, and talk about new projects in this semester also. We've got 7 if you want more.
What questions do you have? Any university committee reports? Any unfinished business? Senator Watkins.
I move that the UCA SGA amend Article 3, Letter D in order to ensure stability in the executive offices.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that the UCA SGA amend Article 3, Letter D in order to ensure stability in the executive offices. Discussion on the motion. Senator Watkins.
So our past SGA special election, we had a candidate who would have been unable to serve for the full academic term, and so we thought it would be important to put this within our constitution for qualifications of candidacy, that you have to serve for that full academic term just so that we don't have to deal with another special election, and just to sort of keep that office on exec stable in that they do so much, so it's kind of hard if it's going by a semester basis.
Other discussion on the motion? Vice President Burton.
This is absolutely something I'd rise in support of. Senator Watkins is right when he talks about stability, even more so though it's continuity within these offices. What we do can't be learned very quickly. There's some time invested into what we do, and the turnover is difficult to handle sometimes. So this is only natural and rational.
Other discussion on the motion? Okay. It has been moved and seconded that the UCA SGA amend Article 3, Letter D in order to ensure stability in the executive offices. With 100% of the body voting yes, 0% voting no, and 0 abstentions, the motion passes. Any other unfinished business? Any new business? Vice President McGarity.
I move that the SGA appoint Jalen Graham as junior class representative in accordance with the appointment committee's decision.
It has been moved and seconded that the Student Government Association appoint Jalen Graham as a junior class representative in accordance with the appointment committee's decision. Discussion on the motion, Vice President McGarity.
The appointment committee held interviews last week and some decision appoints Jalen Graham.
Any other discussion on the motion? Senator Therion.
So I just want to say in particular that I substituted on the appointment committee these past weeks last week. And I just want to say that the pool of applicants was actually incredibly difficult to choose from this year. We even came extremely close to a direct tie. And so we had to go down to every single detail to find you your best junior representative. So this is the best they have to offer, bar none.
Other discussion on the motion? It has been moved and seconded that the UCA SGA appoint Jalen Graham as a junior class representative in accordance with the appointment committee's decision. You may cast your votes. With 100% of the body voting yes, 0% voting no, and 0% abstaining, the motion passes. Congratulations, Senator. Any other new business? Senator Kilgore.
I move that the UCA SGA repeal the decision of the Rules and Ethics Committee to deny Senator DePerja's appeal of demerits for missing banquet on September 24th, 2018.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that the UCA SGA repeal the decision of the Rules and Ethics Committee to deny Senator DePerja's appeal of demerits for missing the SGA banquet on September 24th, 2018. Discussion on the motion, Senator Kilgore.
Yes, so last week, like the motion says, the Rules and Ethics Committee voted to deny Senator DePerja's appeal, and so I just wanted to present this motion because Senator DePerja has expressed a want to appeal, and so I just want to give her that voice to be able to do so in full Senate. So I suppose I should defer discussion to Senator DePerja to allow you to give her reasoning. So, yeah.
Senator DePerja.
So, the week of September 20th, I had the amazing opportunity to go abroad, and of course I took it because you can't just get that amazing learning educational experience back home. So whenever I was going through the Constitution, I realized that maybe receiving 3 demerits for missing the banquet wasn't necessarily fair. So whenever you get a demerit for missing a Senate meeting, you get 3 of them. However, I don't think the banquet counts as a Senate meeting. On page 7 of your Constitution, under the operations of the Student Government Association, Section 6 says that all business meetings of the SGA shall be conducted according to the Roberts Rules of Order. So if you flip to the back where it says parliamentary procedure, the very first page outlines Roberts Rules of Orders, and it outlines a meeting structure. It outlines a call to order, a reading of minutes, open forum, old business, new business, announcements, and adjournment. And none of those things took place at the banquet. Therefore, I would like to argue that the banquet isn't a Senate meeting. There was no business discussed at the meeting. In the Constitution, under the list of things that you can receive demerits for, a banquet is not listed. So please consider repealing the Rules and Ethics decision to deny my appeal for demerits.
Any other discussion on the motion? Okay. It has been moved and seconded that the UCA SGA repeal the decision of the Rules and Ethics Committee to deny Senator DePerja's appeal of demerits for missing the administration banquet on September 24th, 2018. You may cast your votes. with 76% of the body voting yes, 18% of the body voting no, and 5% of the body abstaining. The motion passes. Senator DePerge's demerits will be removed. Any other new business? Senator Watkins.
So there's another previous notice, but it's very lengthy. So the advisors have a copy, exec has a copy, and I have a copy if you want to look at it, like hard copy version of it. But I will send it to Vice President Marbley so that he can put it in the minutes. So in accordance with the SGA Constitution and SGA Special Rules of Order, notice is hereby given that the following Constitution bylaw amendment will be considered at the next regularly scheduled SGA meeting on November 5th, 2018. Article 5, Section 9, letter E, and the reason for amendment is so that we can stay in accordance with the Office of Scholarship and Compliance.
You don't second that.
Just a pretty sentence. Any other new business? Any announcements? And I have one. So, you'll all notice that when you came in tonight, you had these little treat bags sitting at your nameplates. So props to Vice President Marbley for coming up with this little saying. But we just want to say on behalf of Exec, thank you for all of the work you're doing. We know it's been a very busy semester, and we've had a lot of ups and downs going through SGA so far this semester, but we're making progress. We're doing a lot of really good things. I'm excited to hear all of the work that you're doing within your committees and what you'll continue doing as we move into the spring semester. So this is just from Exec. Thank you all for all that you do. We appreciate you. Any other announcements? Senator Galarza.
Okay, so tomorrow the Vote Everywhere program is hosting a faculty teach-in. Y'all all should have gotten an email about it. This I think last week at some time. So it will be tomorrow from X period to about 3 o'clock on Arkansas Hall 1. And we've invited a bunch of different professors from all across different disciplines from UCA. And it's going to be really informal, and it's going to be kind of where students can just walk through and have discussions with professors about different topics related to politics. So we'll have different professors covering different topics from conservation and climate change to the Me Too movement. And we really appreciate and love it if a bunch of y'all turned out. Also, there will be previews. So.
Any other announcements? Senator Teeter.
All right, once again, November 8th, Veterans Day ceremony on Juan McAllister. Still looking for volunteers. You can sign up in the Veteran Services Office or let me know. Thank you.
Other announcements? Vice President McGarity.
So Rules and Ethics is meeting after meeting in chambers. If you're not in Rules and Ethics, please leave as quickly as possible. So we'll be meeting here. And then the holiday banquet sign-up sheet, if you haven't gotten to sign it yet, just come see me. We'll pass it around next meeting too. You can also see me afterwards.
Other announcements? Vice President Burton.
Yeah. So I want you to all keep an open mind about the alternative service breaks that are available through Bearbeats on the Ground. And I don't have all of the exact deadlines in front of me, but some of them are quickly approaching. The one that I do know is if you're interested in going on the Mississippi River cleanup, the scholarship deadline for that, because there's scholarships available for that fee, is December 19th. And then for anyone that's curious, I would encourage you to go on a service learning website to look at those exact deadlines. But those are really good opportunities, and SGA fully supports them, both monetarily and in spirit. So it would be really cool if any of y'all could go on those trips.
Other announcements? Senator Ramirez.
Yeah. So on November 15th during X period, Academic Survey Committee at the University Committee will be meeting, but I will not be in town that day. And I was wondering if you're available during X period during November 15th, that'd be great. You can go in. Just let me know.
Vice President Marbley.
All right, so last week you all had M&M, and you left paper in here. So now that you have more candy, can you please pick up after yourselves? Leave your voting devices where they are behind your name tag, please, your name plate. And then also, don't forget about composites on next week, so get all sticky and stuff. And PR committee, stay afterwards for like 3.5 minutes, okay?
Any other announcements?
I just have a question.
Senator Persia.
Okay, will you attach our old composites to the minutes, so we can see if things were taken or not, because they're not on the website?
Yeah, for sure. So what I'll do when I send out minutes, I'll also include a link to the Google Drive with everybody's individual photos. And then I'll have a list to reach out to you all to see if you want your individual ones or whatever. They help. Okay.
Any other announcements? Okay, this meeting is adjourned.
Can I question real quick?
That was the fastest.
Okay, Josh. No, I thought that's what I did, but it just don't let me put it on the thing. It's just showing my screen, but then you carry
We'll figure it out.
Okay, so I'm packing. So I